These are the gadgets which the 6 suspects held at Wandegea police station, Kampala, were using to divert international calls to local calls using hundreds of telephone SIM cards. They include a link, laptop computers, internet cables, antennas, batteries, and a generator.
So they removed the component?
Yeah.
The SIM card box has a partition that can hold up to 256 SIM cards. Each SIM card takes 1 call at a time, meaning the unit can divert 256 calls.
One IT expert in that country will get into that operator's system in that country, divert their traffic illegally. And they will also open up a kiosk sign in Nairobi. I'm giving an example. And now whichever traffic that comes on that network to Uganda will not come through the normal channel. It will be diverted by this SIM boxer. And that SIM boxer will have a coordinating partner in Uganda who will also receive that traffic and terminate it in his room. And so this fraudster in say UK with this fraudster in Uganda, they will share the revenue.
The box is connected to a link, run on internet, and is connected to several antennas. According to UCC's head of legal department, Abdu Waiswa, one of those under arrest is an employee of Airtel Uganda, while 2 others were former employees.
Airtel would deactivate these numbers because they're not properly registered. But because one of their staff was part of the fraud, he would go into the system and reactivate it. And as a result of that, the number would remain connected. So the fraud would continue.
Waiswa says their actions mean that the telecom companies cannot make claim from the overseas telecom companies' network on which the calls are made. It's not clear for how long this has been happening and how much money has been stolen.
Telecoms have been reporting a reduction in income revenue from international calls. Even taxes have been reducing on international calls. And many reasons explain that. But one of them is fraud.
But how were the suspects netted?
They go silent. Next week they reactivate, they do their business, they put it off in order to make it impossible for anybody to easily track who is doing this business.
If we find that someone is using a space that is not known to us, we are able to carry out DF, that is direction finding, and know where exactly is that transmission.
The men will be charged in court by end of this week. UCC and the telecoms have dismissed claims that they have no capacity to weed out all the elements behind the SIM card boxing. This is because the suspects netted have been operating within Kampala for over 6 months. However, to weed out such elements, it will take concerted efforts since this is an international crime that involves almost all the countries around the world. SUDHIR BYARUHANGA, NTV.